is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and this is my video that will show you my free make and takes for October. So this is card 1, and how this works is if you shop with me in my online store, if you spend $25, you earn 1 free make and take. If you spend $35, you earn 2, and if you spend $50, you earn all 3. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. And I'll just tell you really quickly, my card base is thick whisper white. And this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored it right down the middle at 5 1/2. And then my light got moved. Let's go ahead and bring in that scrap piece of paper, and I'm going to unfold this because I'm going to stamp. So I'll lay that right there. Hopefully you guys can still see the card. Let me move over just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to start out with Real Red, and I'm using the gift wrapped stamp set with the punch, coordinating punch. So I'm going to use the little like stars thing stamp, and I'm just going to randomly stamp some red, and then we're going to go back in and I'll do some green. I'm not too worried about getting over here. I mean, I want to make sure that I get far enough over there, but we are going to be covering that up with the DSP and the Real Red. So let's go ahead and clean that off. And I'm just going to move my Real Red ink out of the way for a minute because we have to use it again. Now I'm going to use Garden Green, and I'm just going to go in and do some Garden Green. I just think this card is super adorable. It's so cute. Okay, let's do one right there too. Okay, so I think that's good for that. I'm just going to move that out of the way really quick so we can stamp the sentiment, and then we'll be all done with our ink. Okay, so I'm gonna just stamp a Very Merry Christmas right in the center of the label. And to get my label tag, I used the Tasteful Label dies. So I used that one, and then the largest circle. And then since I already have that inked up in the Garden Green, we'll just stamp a couple of Garden Green around there. I'm going to clean that. And we're done with Garden Green, so I can put that up. And we'll just go back in with Real Red. I'm just going to make sure that I have my stamp doesn't have a lot of moisture on it. And then I think I'll do one right there off to the side, and maybe one little corner right there. Okay, and then we do need to stamp our bow yet, so let me leave the Real Red out. I'm just going to clean that stamp before it gets on something else. I'll just go ahead and move this out of the way, and we'll go ahead and stamp that bow. So I'm stamping it in Real Red, and I just have a scrap piece of Whisper White. I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. And then we'll take the Bow Builder punch, and I'm just going to try to even that up the best I can, and we'll just pop that right out. Move this out of the way. You can color that if you want, but I just decided to leave it like it was. Let's go ahead and layer up our Real Red piece, and this is cut at 2 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then the Designer Series paper is cut at 2 by 5. So let me grab my Stampin' Seal. I'll just put a couple of strips on there. I'm just going to layer that on there as evenly as I can get it, and then I'm going to put some more then on the back of the Real Red piece. And let's just place that then right there to the left. We'll take our piece of garden green, and I'm going to pop some dimensionals on the back. And I have some scrap ones that I am just cutting around the edge. I don't even waste those. I use them all. So I just take my paper snips and go around the edge and just cut them in two in the size that I think I'm going to need or that I'm going to use. That one I didn't get on there very well. Trying to hurry because I know when I do these videos for my monthly free make and take packets, I have to do all 3 cards, so I try not to make it be so long. Okay, so we're just going to center the real red right in the center of the garden green, and then I'm going to grab, my fingers just are not working tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll put this on there. I think I have ink on my finger somewhere. Looks like maybe right there. I might have just found it. And then just center this right in the center of that piece. And then we will put some dimensionals on the back of the garden green. And then we'll put that right in the center like that. I'm just going to move that card out of the way. And then let's go ahead and place some dimensionals on the back of our big bow. And we will almost be done with this card. Let's see if we can get these to fit right down. See, these just come in perfect for that right there. See how perfectly those fit? Whoops. Okay, and then we'll just put this right above the tag, right like that. Okay, there you guys go. That is make and take 1. Okay, guys, let's make card 2. This is my second card for my free make and takes. So if you spend $35, you will get card 1 and this one. Okay, so our card base is a cherry cobbler. This is one of my favorite colors, especially this time of year. I love this for the holidays. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I used the Brick and Mortar 3D embossing folder, so it has that on there. So let's go ahead and grab my Stampin' Seal Plus. And I'm just going to put some adhesive right here on the back. And then we'll just layer that right on the card front, just like this. And then I have 2 strips of the Designer Series paper. Let me grab the pack. It is the 'Tis the Season 6x6 DSP, and I do believe this is part of the sale that's going on, the DSP sale right now. So the longer strip we're going to put here, and then the shorter strip will go down the side like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put some adhesive. I am going to use the Stampin' Seal Plus just because we're putting it on top of the Whisper White piece that has been embossed. So I just want to make sure I'm getting a good adhesive, using a strong adhesive with a nice seal on it. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with this piece. And these each are cut 3 1/4. This one's by 5 and this one's by 4. And then we're just going to bring this one in just a smidge like that. Okay, then I am going to move these out of the way for right now. Let's go ahead and stamp the bow really quickly. So I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler for that. And we'll just ink that up really well. Stamp that down. So you'll get your piece of 3 by 3.5 by 3.5, I actually think is what this is. But if you don't have the the Bow Builder punch. I keep calling it that, and I'm honestly not even sure if that's the actual name of it. But that's what it does. It builds a bow. Oh, and it looks like I used the wrong stamp. So let's see which one I used. I used this one, and I guess I should have used that one. But it doesn't matter either way. But anyway, if you don't have this, you'll just have to make this card and substitute with whatever image that you want to put on it. That's what happens if you like the card packets. I have people that come back every single month for these card packets, and they message me and tell me how much they love them, and everything's just like pre-cut, pre-scored, ready to go. So if you don't own the stamp set, you can still substitute. I'm just trying to grab some more dimensionals, but you can substitute with stamp sets that you might already own. Okay, let me grab a new sheet out of my pack here. Okay. So we'll just peel those off. So yes, you can even use these even if you don't have the stamp set. That's what a lot of people do. That is in my monthly card kit. If they don't have the stamp set and they don't want it or they don't like it, usually everybody adds it on. But in the rare case that they don't, they can just use whatever stamp set that they have or what they want to use. So I'm going to ink up my sentiment. I'm just going to stamp that right in the center. And it looks like I forgot to keep this little stamp out. So let me just put that right back on my block. And then I'm just going to do one here and one there. Okay. Now, this piece of Whisper White, I don't have my measurements over here. Let me get my clipboard. I had a phone call in between doing these, so I'm kind of like not where I was when I left off on the video. Okay, so this piece of Whisper White is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4. And then I used a piece of Cherry Cobbler cardstock that is 2 inches by, I believe I cut it at 3 inches. I don't have that written down here. And then I used the scalloped tag topper punch, and I just made a little tag. And then what I'm going to do is we'll just layer this right like that on top of there. So let's just put some Stampin' Seal. And then I'm just going to hold it where I can kind of get it somewhat straight. And then I'm just going to put some seal. Let's use the Stampin' Seal Plus, because it too is going on top of that. And then I like to tuck it like it was up underneath the bow. So kind of like that. And you could put this down first if you want to, before you put down the bow, if you want it more like tucked up underneath there. Now I'm going to take 2 of these gems from the Wonderful Gems, and you guys will receive 2 as well. So let me just grab my little, take your pick with the putty end, and I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to grab another one and put it right there. Okay, guys, that is your second free make and take for October. How did we get to October already? I cannot believe that it's October, but it is. Okay, guys, this is the third make and take packet that I have for you for October. So spend $25, you're going to get that first one. Spend $35, you'll receive the last one we just did. Spend $50, and you're going to receive this one. Okay, so our base is shaded spruce, and then I have a piece of Rural Red that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, let's just put that right on the front, and we'll center that the best that we can. Then I have a piece of Whisper White that's 3 3/4 by 5, and I used the Dainty Diamonds 3D embossing folder to emboss that. So since it's been embossed, I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. It's just a stronger adhesive for that embossed layer. Let's put that piece down just like that. Then you have a strip of DSP that is 2 inches by 5. And again, the 'Tis the Season 6x6 DSP paper. I am not one of those people that goes crazy over the smell of cardstock. Some of the people on the videos, they're always commenting about, oh my gosh, it smells so good. But I have to say, this package of paper, it really does smell very good. I'm kind of hooked on that. Okay, I'm going to use a Real Red ink. We're going to use the same sentiment we just used, Celebrate in Style. So I'm just going to stamp that right there in the center. I've got another 3.5 by 3.5 piece of Whisper White. We're using the same bow since I messed up on the last one, but that's okay. A bow is a bow. You get the idea. And let's go ahead and do that. And if you are interested, if you are local to me, I'm having a Christmas card event where you can come and make 14 Christmas cards. I have 4 different designs that you can choose from. You can make all of them if you want. And if you do choose to make all of them, then you get to choose the fifth pack for free. So if you purchase all 4 of the different designs, the 5th one is free. Okay, and that is going to be November 14th, and it's going to be locally at a cabin on one of our beautiful lakes. The town I live in, it's called the City of Lakes, and it's because we have, I want to say it's 114 lakes in our county. We have a lot of lakes, you guys. A lot of lakes. But anyway, it's going to be a cabin. I'm going to have treats and a hot cocoa bar, and it's just going to be a day of fun that you could spend with your mom, your sister, somebody like that. And then you could make 14 of one different card, and they could make 14 of one different card, or 10, I'm sorry. It's $15 for a pack, the 14 cards. And let's put that right there. And there you guys go. That is my make and takes for October. I hope that you will shop with me and earn these for yourself. And please give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by today, guys. Bye-bye.